there guys, and welcome back to the channel. Well, Christmas is coming soon enough, so that means one thing. Autumn of Agony is starting. Man, Kabam kind of messed up the dates for these, but fair enough, they're from Canada. It's probably all just winter anyways. So, Autumn of Agony set to start tomorrow. We do know the first two bosses. It is going to be Jabari Panther and Prowler. Seemingly, their very first fight is going to be Jabari Panther. And MCOC player has just graced us with a leak. With the full nodes and also the objectives. So, the most eager of you will be able to start strategizing for potential options right now. So let's break down the fight and see what we are in for. Always forward, the defender cannot heal above the amount of health they started the fight with. Always kind of neat and helpful, but also a bit of dread for what's to come if there is a massive regen associated with something. So then we have Diversion. Every 15 seconds, the attacker is inflicted with a falter passive, causing all of their attacks to miss for 8 seconds. If the attacker is out of striking range, when this timer expires, the defender is inflicted instead for 4 seconds. How very fair. Basically, it's one of those nodes where you need either have a miss counter or just worry about your spacing and be away from the defender every 15 seconds. Vital Strikes. When the defender strikes the attacker's block, the defender regenerates 700% of the damage dealt. Scrubbed Clean Light Combo Ender. Every 16 seconds, the defender gains an indefinite cleanse passive. If the attacker strikes the defender with a light ending combo, this timer is reset. Staggering Beauty. While close to the defender, the attacker gains a stagger debuff every 3 seconds. Nullifying their next buff, staying away from the defender causes these to fall off. Now the good thing is that this node isn't reversed. Just saying. Next up, short special burst lockdown attacker. When the attacker activates special attack, the defender is inflicted with a heal block and an armor break debuff, reducing armor rating by 30% for each lasting 5 seconds. So again, this one is the reversed one. So when you activate a special attack, the defender is inflicted with a heal block and armor break debuff. Problem here will be that, well, number one, it's Jabari Panther. If the cleanse passive is active, not good. They can shrug off one of those or both of those debuffs. And obviously, Scrubbed Clean also will play a part here, giving Jabari extra cleanse passives. Second Wind Damage Reflection. Now, this is where the problem comes in. Whenever the defender purifies or cleanses a debuff, they gain a damage reflection passive for 8 seconds, dealing back 50% of the damage dealt by the attacker. So effectively, when this passive is active, you do not want to hit Jabari Panther. It actually looks fairly chaotic and messy fight for sure. It looks like you need to be aggressive to finish combos with a light attack. So those have to be like full combos, can't be mediums. And then you need to keep an eye out for Diversion, which is gonna make you less aggressive. And then you cannot debuff your opponent at all if you want to play normally. There is, by the looks of it, an option of playing this without throwing your special attacks at all, which might work. I'm also interested in exactly how the damage reflection passive is working. So let's take a look at the... Sorry about that. Let's take a look at the objectives here. And that is this. So complete the Autumn of Agony. Part 1 quest to the champion tank, the size M control denial. X-Force. And this is, I think, new as well. But Kabam's going for that triple threat tagging system now. Mystic champion tagged as size S and is Saga champion. So Mystic, Saga, size S champion. That's quite interesting because there are very, 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 very few champions like that. In fact, there are like 5. Right, so let's take a look at first. We have size M control denials. If I'm not mistaken, yes, control denial. And here, I believe Prowler could be half decent option. Somebody that could do a lot of damage also without relying on debuffs at all, or without throwing special attack. I think Red Skull can take this, kind of. I think you can just, you know, get your 10 armor ups and go nuts. Maybe. Wong? I know, this is certainly going to be quite an interesting to see what works or not. I think I'd be inclined to try Red Skull first. Maybe Prowler, if I felt more confident Prowler. So that would be the control denial size M. There's nothing really that bypasses miss and just can go ham without using specials, right? I mean, in theory, maybe Baron Zemo could be nice if you could kind of, you know, get some bleeds on and then just stall and make use of those permanent bleeds. Yeah, this is not going to be an easy start of Autumn of Agony, I would say. Maybe it's easier than it looks like. Now we have X-Force. And I think X-Force might have a better chance. I wonder if Archangel could do this fight well enough. Not for Archangel, then... well, we have Domino. That's going to be half failing everything. Especially because she's up against the skill champion. The damage reflection is what's messing it out. Here, I mean, like, I'll probably try it with... would try it with Domino first, and maybe Archangel. If not... wonder who else. And then we have the size S. Obviously, we can't filter Saga champions here, but we do have White Tiger, which I think could be quite decent because you don't really have to rely on debuffs at all for White Tiger. I believe there was Scarlet Witch. Unawakened, she might be decent because Unawakened, she doesn't debuff the defender. Kushala obviously does debuff a lot, but again with all of them you will... this is going to be finicky. Claire is one of those options as well, and there was somebody else. My filtering just switched off. 1 second about that. So I'm going to go with 5 stars. I just want to make sure that I do not miss anybody. And we need size S and a Saga champion. Oh, Enchantress is one of them. But obviously, offensively, Enchantress is going to suck. And yeah, it's White Tiger, Kushala, Scarlet Witch, Sigil, Black Widow, Clairvoyant, Sorcerer Supreme, and Enchantress. Out of all of these. So here we have Claire, Sigil Witch, Sorcerer Supreme, White Tiger, Kushala, and Enchantress. I don't know, guys, what do you think? This does seem quite finicky. Again, you cannot be super aggressive finishing combos with your lights because of the diversion. You kind of need dash back at times at the very least. You can't take hits and block at all. So you will have to largely rely on intercepts to find openings or Jabari being faulted. Staggering Beauty is obviously going to eliminate. Well, at least that's going to give you some healing, if you're honest. And the champions that we needed to use wouldn't be too disturbed by Staggering Beauty. And Special Burst Lockdown inflicts debuffs on them. Might not be that bad. At the very least, this is definitely a fight you can kind of revive your way through. At the very least, you can throw some resources and revives in the problem. Realistically, I do not want to overestimate this fight, but it could be very finicky. Let me know what are your thoughts and opinions about the objectives, about the fight itself, but yeah, it does look quite challenging. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe it's gonna be easy. Either way, I will be live tomorrow, where I will, in fact, try and get some solos in. So live, as soon as this fight appears in the game, I will be doing it live. Do not miss that. That's it for now, and I'm gonna catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about